Hi, how you guys doing? We are live from CIS26 here in St. Lucia. And who do we have with us right now?
So my name is Alejandra Jimenez Beretta. I'm a managing director at Hilton Global Associates, and we are an international due diligence firm specializing in investment migration due diligence.
Wow. How did you personally end up in this industry?
I've been in investigations and specifically in investment migration due diligence for my entire career. I have a little bit of background also in immigration paralegal work, and everything just kind of culminated in me falling into this industry. So I've been sleeping and breathing this type of due diligence for over 13 years now.
Wow. So who are the clients that you serve, and what sets your approach apart in today's market?
So my team specifically supports the governments, the CBI programs themselves across the Caribbean and beyond.
Right.
Our organization in general does many types of due diligence, from reinvestment to litigation, any type of investigation where we're helping our clients to understand their risk. So we provide them with the intelligence and the information that they need to make defensible decisions.
So investment migration is at a real inflection point right now. How is your company actively shaping the industry for the better, whether through innovation, client access, policy engagement, or just the whole overall experience?
I'd say all of the above. Specifically, we work very closely with our government clients to make sure that we're understanding their needs. At the same time, we are heavily invested in technology so that we can deliver defensible results as quickly as possible with as much accuracy as possible, because as we know, particularly in investment migration, there is a strong demand for due diligence to be accelerated, but we also don't want to compromise the accuracy of those results. We need to ensure that the information is kept secure, that it's private and confidential. And so we're very, very dedicated to exploring that process, delivering the best results we can to our clients.
What people don't seem to understand is what's at risk. If you miss something, you're risking that country losing their visa-free access, their travel access to many other countries. So it's really intense.
Exactly. And I think there's a mutual understanding amongst due diligence providers in the industry that weak due diligence can have an impact that spans the entire industry as a whole. It's not just that firm. So I'm actually on the Investment Migration Council's community of practice for due diligence,
right,
where part of what we're doing is establishing minimum best practices. And as we know, there is a regional regulator in the Caribbean that is going to be established this year, which is also going to be involved in setting a lot of those standards. So we're ready for that too.
As a leader in this space, what do you see as the single most pressing issue facing the investment migration industry right now, and how would you approach solving it?
I think there is a lot of scrutiny that the industry is currently subject to, particularly on the regulatory side. And the way that I think we should be approaching that is through transparency and collaboration.
Definitely.
What I feel like is happening is there's a misunderstanding as to the fact that these programs are already incredibly diligent and rigorous. And we're ready, the due diligence providers are ready, the programs are ready, all of the stakeholders are ready to share the architecture that has long been in place to show, the level of rigor that these applicants are undergoing, and to give that added level of security to those regulatory bodies.
Perfect. So, final question, what brings you the most optimism about where this industry is headed?
I think it's that collaboration aspect. There's a lot of dialogue happening between stakeholders that wasn't happening before. I feel like information was previously extremely siloed. Processes were very opaque. Now, even competitors are coming together to really discuss, okay, how can we be working together to uplift the industry as a whole, to ensure that as due diligence providers, not only are we ironclad in our process and the information that we're presenting, but that everyone understands what the due diligence process entails and knows who to go to when they have questions about what's involved in these programs. So I think that we're heading absolutely in the right direction.
Great. So you've been to a couple of the CIS events now. What has been the most memorable part of CIS26?
I really have enjoyed this year's panels. I think that the program organizers have done such a great job of suggesting topics that are incredibly relevant. There's been a lot of discussion about that regional regulator and how it's going to impact every facet of the industry. Of course, technology remains a hot topic, and I think will only continue to be. So I think there have been so many valuable conversations and presentations on that. And then, of course, I just have to say that I can never complain about coming to the Caribbean. It is beautiful. I am so in love with it. And so all of the cocktail events and things are just so enjoyable.